It's been a while, and a lot has changed. So let's start right after the second devlog. I was burnt out. Making my game at what it was at that point was beyond exhausting. So I went on a break. While I went off and experimented with game ideas, I entered in jams like the Ben Bonk Jam number 4. That is a video for another day, but the year ended. 2023 started, and I felt like at that point I had enough of a break from my project, so I went and played what I had. And yeah, I hated it. I hated what I've made so far. It felt like a shell of its former self. I felt sad. This is not the vision I originally imagined when I first started this project. The dice mechanic felt forced, and honestly I added it only because I was wanting to make a dice game forever now. I still do, by the way. So I went and started to play One Step from Eden, the second most influential game, next to of course Mega Man Battle Network, and I realized something. I saw how simple the character designs are. I saw how simple the movements are to that game. I began asking why. And feeling like an idiot, I realized that they did that to focus on everything else. I felt that I can do that. Heck, I can remake my entire game in that direction. And as for the whole patent thing, I felt like my game was already very different than the Mega Man Battle Networks anyways. Minus the dice mechanic, of course. Yeah, I'm gonna scrap that. Feeling like I was up to the challenge, I began to remake my character. I had help from both the Discord and Twitter. They both helped me choose the right design and poses. I do want to thank everyone that helped me out, by the way. I had remade my character, and honestly I love the design to this day. It's so simple and yet it works. So then, after that, I went and worked on the movements for the new character. I went with a very simple movement design, and as you can see it works. I saved lots of time and I moved immediately to the next goal. Next step was the tiles. I wanted to go back with the very traditional look, like Mega Man, but now with green instead of blue. And I've added some background scenery. Honestly, it looks appealing. I love it. I was very confident and proud of what I have remade for my game. I had the same feeling like I did when I was making the first devlog. So I decided that it was time now for the next step to add the absorb system. With the absorb system, it was already very different than that of Mega Man Battle Network. So I went and remade it to fit the game. As you can see, when a dummy is at a certain health, it will flash, prompting you that the enemy can be absorbed. You press enter to absorb and bam, you now have the enemy's ability. Oh yeah, and I also spruced up the UI design. It's very simple and it matches with the design of the character. I really love it. And that's all that I have up to this point. I am currently, as we speak, working on an alpha release that will be released for my trusted sources over on Discord so they can give me current feedback of what I have so far. Don't worry, the goal for 2023 is to release my demo to the public. As for the name of the game,
it's time for the moment you've been waiting for.
it is called Miss Slime. It's named after the main character, of course. Speaking of which, the next devlog I will go over who Miss Slime is, and go over the summary of the plot, and also show the rest of the game, which means I will show the overworld and the enemy encounters, and that will transition into the battle phase. I will show the rest of the pieces to my missing puzzle of my overall game. I want to thank everyone for being very patient with me. I know this was a long time coming. I want to thank all my brand new subscribers. Thank you very much for subscribing. I am currently working on something in between these devlogs because these devlogs can take a while to make. So I want to come up with something now that I have a brand new PC so that I can keep you guys occupied while I work on these devlogs. More information on that in the very near future. But thank you all for being patient and watching. This is GhostBit, and I will see you in the next video.